What's up everyone, and welcome to yet another video. Today we'll be looking at two different ways to calculate working days between two dates in Excel. So let's get started. Let's look at the Networkdays function first. There are two required arguments and one optional argument. If we are calculating work days between two dates, first of all we need to identify those dates. In this function we call them start and end dates. These will be our required arguments. The third argument, which is optional, is the holidays, that is, the days which are not to be considered as working days other than weekends. Network days considers Saturdays and Sundays as weekends. But what if we want to calculate any other day as a weekend? Well, in that case, we need to use the Networkdays.INTL function. This function has four arguments. Apart from the three already discussed in the Networkdays function, this one has another optional argument, which is to determine which days of the week are to be considered as weekend, which will eventually be exempted from our calculation. Now, where are these functions typically used? Many construction managers and project planners often use schedules or Gantt charts to plan and track their projects. Here is a sample layout of such a schedule. We have an activity list followed by start and end dates on the left. We have the time view on the right, where each column represents a day. The green cells indicate that it is a working day for a particular task or activity, and the red cells indicate holiday or weekend, which are non-working days. I have also entered numbers which represent the days and will help us validate our calculations. All the red cells, which are non-working days, will not be accounted for. I've taken three activities from a small construction sequence, and usually a project manager might be asked to calculate the actual working day in between the start and end dates. We also have a list of holidays below, which we will reference while using the formula. I have three variations of this example, which we will see over the course of this video, but the activities, the start and end dates, and the holidays list will remain constant throughout all of the examples. Let's calculate the duration. I can simply subtract the start date from the end date or use the days or days 360 function to calculate the difference. But the problem is, as you can see, I don't get the right value because in this case I need to consider the start and end date as part of the calculation as well. I can do that by simply adding a +1 after subtraction, but there is a better way to do it using the Networkdays function. Let's type the function. Select the start and the end dates. For holidays, as we can see, there is only one holiday. I can simply type the date value. I can type it as 26-August or in the short date format or any format which helps Excel recognize the date. Oh, and don't forget the quotation marks. Let's drag the formula so that it populates all the entries. What if this is an expanding list of activities and we need to add more tasks, more dates to it? In that case, the single holiday entry may not be sufficient. So let's use the holiday list down here as our data. I'll edit just the holidays argument here and select the holidays list. Press F4 so that the values will remain constant even when we drag the formula. Now the duration column matches the schedule values on the right. Let's look at the second example. In this case, only Sundays are considered as weekend. Our Networkdays function won't be as helpful because it automatically considers Saturdays and Sundays both as non-working weekends. So let's use the Networkdays.INTL function for this one. Similar to the previous function, select start and end dates, and now we get a list of options to select our weekend. Let's opt for Sundays only, which is option number 11. Then select the holidays, same as before. As you can see, the duration has increased because non-working weekends are less in this example. Our third example is a bit tricky, especially since we have considered Tuesdays and Thursdays as weekly holidays. Are these weekends? Probably not. But for the sake of this example, let's consider that we need to account for all the Tuesdays and Thursdays as non-working days. What do we do in this case? The Networkdays.INTL function's weekend argument does not have an option for such a weird combination of weekend. So we can just treat these days as holidays, which means similar to our list of holidays, we need to have a list of all Tuesdays and Thursdays to be considered as holidays. This doesn't seem to be a quick and easy solution at all. What if the project spans for a couple of years? In that case, we are required to have an exhaustive list of holidays. Excel provides a much better solution to this problem within the Networkdays.INTL function itself. It is called weekend string values. These are 7 characters long. Each character represents a day of the week starting with Monday. The only characters allowed in the string are 1 and 0. 1 is considered as a non-working day and 0 represents a work day. In our example, we need to type in 01010000 so that Tuesdays and Thursdays are treated as non-working days. And that is how you calculate workdays between two dates using the Networkdays and NetWorkDays.INTL functions in Excel. That's it for today. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.